everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We did have to create a new link for today's game. So just waiting for those people to switch on over to the new link. The Wi-Fi here at the arena has gone down, so we've had to switch internet connections. All right, I see some people starting to log in now. So again, thanks for joining us, folks. The Wi-Fi did go down here at the arena, so we had to quickly make a change and get on to another Wi-Fi network here at the arena. And with YouTube, that creates a new link for the game. So thanks for those tuned in. Today is game 2 of your Northumberland Nighthawks versus the Clarington Toros. Both teams lined up for the handshake. We're just getting ready to start the first period. So I do see online a few people have made the switch over. All right, folks. So again, we just had to switch links here to get our game started. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, the Wi-Fi network went down here at the arena, so we had to switch over to a different network. Clarington dumps that puck down. And the Nighthawks looking to break out, stripped away by the Toros. They're trying to get the play in front. Nighthawks will take that puck away and start their breakout. They get it to the defense and not out. Clarington dumps it back in behind the net. Nighthawks moving it up the far boards. They get it to the defense and not out. And now they'll shoot it down the length of the ice. Goes straight on the net, so the icing will be waved off as the Nighthawks are making a change. Clarington now brings it up to the neutral zone. They get it to the blue line and not out. That's picked off. And the pass across goes just wide of the net. Pass back to the defense. And that'll get just outside the zone. Now there's a foot race for it. Clarington dumps that back into the Nighthawks zone. A little bit of ping pong again here at the neutral zone. And they force the Toros to go all the way back into their own zone. They start their breakout on the near boards. Gets to the defense and not out as they dump that back in and wrap it around the boards. Toros reverse it, try to bring it up the near side. And the Nighthawks push it back into the Toros zone. Now the Toros, they put it down the length of the ice. Nighthawks forced to regroup, pounce off the far boards. That's picked off by the Toros. Toros put it into the high slot. Bouncing puck goes into the far corner. Nighthawks with a long cross ice pass. Icing was waved off. Toros start their breakout, but give it right back to the Nighthawks. Pressure along the near side, and the Toros now bring it out of the zone. And that'll be blown down on the offside. Face off just outside the Nighthawks zone. Toros called on the offside. Face off won by the Nighthawks. And they'll move that up the near side. Toros start their breakout. They hit the center, streaking up the middle. It's got a little bit of head of steam. Enters the Nighthawks zone. He's going to take the shot from the high slot. And the Nighthawks goalie steers that aside. I believe that's Tunney in net again today. There's a lock it up down along in behind the Nighthawks net. Puck comes loose. And Tunney steers that aside. And now they step around and come out the other side of the net. And the Toros will go up 1-0 on the wraparound. So 6:08 in the first period, and the Toros jump out to an early 1-0 lead on the wraparound. Face off won by the Nighthawks, but the Toros take control of it and bring it back in the Nighthawks zone. Shot from the high slot, that's stopped by Tunney, and the rebound steered aside. That puck shot down the length of the ice, no icing. Battle for it, and the Nighthawks are going to get there first as he's upended going into the corner. Toros going to take it out the far side. Toro's going to bring it into the high slot. He takes the shot, and that goes just wide of the net. Battle along the near side. We're up pretty high here in the stands, folks, so it's a little difficult to get the stuff right tight against the glass. Just the layout of the arena here. That's picked off by the Nighthawks. And now the Toros will take over, and they'll bring it back into the Nighthawks zone. Pass across, and the defense doing a nice job of breaking up that play. Toros going to dump that down into the Nighthawks zone, and the Nighthawks forced to regroup. With a bit of room, tipping it off the boards, but not out. And now that chip that off the boards and it gets out. And the Nighthawks are going to dump that down the zone. There's a foot race for it, 2-on-1. Nighthawks are going to get there first, but with two Toro players, the Toros are able to dump that puck out of the zone. Toros with a head of steam, but run into two defense. Sorry, Nighthawks with a head of steam, run into two defense from the Toros. And now the Toros look to take over and break it out of their zone. Battle for it at the net, loose puck. And the Toros shoot that out, but it comes back to the defense. And they're forced to regroup in the neutral zone. And the Toros dump that down. Nighthawks struggling a little bit with the breakout. Every time they try to get that up to the winger, there's a Toro player jumping right on them and breaking up that breakout. So the Nighthawks forced to shoot it down the length of the ice. And the Toros goalie's going to hang on and force the face-off. The Nighthawks looking to capitalize on this opportunity with a face-off deep in the Toro zone. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first period. Face-off won by the Nighthawks, comes back to the point. Long shot in, that's blocked by Toro's defense. The puck will go down into the corner. Battle along the far boards. Comes out to the neutral zone. Nighthawks defense going to take off with it, carry it in himself. He shoots on net, and there's a goal for your Nighthawks. So Nighthawks defender number 87 takes that puck himself and brings it into the zone. The shot from the top of the circle. He's able to beat the Toros goaltender. So the Nighthawks able to respond pretty quickly after dropping the early 1-0 lead, and they come back and tie it 1-1. Toros now bringing it outside the zone. And that play's broken up and sent back into the Toro zone again. Number 97, Stockman, brings that puck in deep, puts it on net, and the Toros goalie's going to hang on. The Nighthawks defense getting a little bit of extra offense going here for their team. Nighthawks now trying to cycle that puck in the zone. They get it down deep. They try to put it out front, just bounce off the side of the net. And now the Toros again are going to take over, but that play's broken up by the Nighthawks. So some good forechecking pressure here. Nighthawks try to cycle that puck out. There's a shot from the high slot, bouncing rebound. Toros goalie made the first save, but unable to hang on to it. And forces the Toros to fire that puck all the way down the length of the ice, and that'll be blown down on the icing. So face-off's going to come all the way down into the Toro zone. Nighthawks look to capitalize on this opportunity. That face-off won by the Toros. They put it up the near boards, gets the defense and not out. They put it down into the corner. Nighthawks knocked off the pucks. Now the Toros try to get it out. They get it to the point. And still not out. That shot straight on the Toros goalie. He steers it aside. Nighthawks now try to cycle it around the other side, but the Toros are going to pick it off. And now the Nighthawks take it back over. Number 98 takes the shot straight on. And the Toros goalie's going to hang on. Number 98, Lefebvre, putting a nice shot in on net. Nighthawks with another opportunity here. There's a backhand shot. That's pulled down by the Toros goalie, but he drops it right in front of the net. And now we got a delayed penalty coming. With 8 seconds to go, we're going to have a cross-checking penalty. And it's going to be against the Toros. 8 seconds left to go in the first period. And there's going to be another goal with 3 seconds to go in the first period. So the Nighthawks battle back and take a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds to go in the first period. So some early penalty trouble too for the Toros, costing them on that penalty kill. Long shot down the ice, and that'll do it for the first period. So first period's in the books, and it's a 2-1 hockey game for the Nighthawks. Just give you a little view of your Nighthawks bench there. You can kind of see again the angle we have. It's a little bit tight up here at the top. I've done some games for the Clarington Flames on the other side of this arena, but we end up shooting through the glass, and we run into that same problem with the stanchions in the way. So thought we'd try it up here tonight. A little bit clearer view of the ice, but we get cut off a little bit on the plays right tight to the boards here. So thanks again for everybody tuning in. And again, if you can go onto the YouTube channel and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get alerts when we cover additional Nighthawks games as well as Clarington Flames. Nighthawks are ready to go. Toros still at their bench. So I now have a player lineup as well for the team, so we'll try to get as many names in as we can. Again, not having affiliation with the team, not knowing some of the players, what they look like when they're playing, we'll try to get as many names in there as we can. So Tunney in goal, steers that aside. Nighthawks going to chip that off the boards. Comes back to the point. So it's number 87 on the point. Sculthorpe putting that in on the net. Goes just wide. Comes back to the point, and I think that's number 97 Stockman on the far side. So we've got 87 and 97 both out in the ice together. And 91 Mitchell with the puck comes out of the corner, trying to play that in front. And the Toros are going to bring it out to the neutral zone. Good pressure by the Nighthawks to break up that play. But they give it right back to the Toros. They're going to bring it in. Long bouncing shot. And Tunney's going to steer that aside. Puck comes up the far side. Battle for it in the corner. And Harnish is going to shoot that puck around the boards. Gets it up to O'Bank, who's knocked down as he tries to bring that puck into the zone. Battle for it at the blue line. Delayed offside coming. Nighthawks still with possession of it, forced to regroup. But they're going to turn that over to the Toros, but they were making a change, and the one end of their bench is inside the zone, so they'll be called on the offside. .13:06 to go in the second period. 2-1 hockey game for your Northumberland Nighthawks, as they got down early into a 1-0 deficit, but bounced back and got 2 goals near the end of the second period. Nighthawks shoot that puck down the length of the ice, and that'll come all the way back down for a face-off in the Nighthawks zone. Face-off won by the Toros. They get it back to the point, and they try to put it in on net, but that's blocked by the Nighthawks. Now the Nighthawks dumped that puck out. And didn't have enough energy for the icing, so icing waved off. Nighthawks now take over possession. They wrap it around behind the net. And the Toros try to break it out. Gets to the point, but not out. Nighthawks again will push that back into the Toros zone. Battle for it on the near side. Forecheck of the Nighthawks, pushing the Toros around to the far side of the ice. Nighthawks continue to forecheck on that puck, and the Toros finally get it out of their zone. They're going to gain the Nighthawks zone. That puck's knocked off his stick into the corner. Toros wrapping around behind the net. Now the Nighthawks will take possession. They'll try their breakout, but now they turn it over to the Toros. That shot goes wide of the net. He's back to the point. That Toros player fell down, so now the Nighthawks trying to bring that puck down. And they'll dump it down into the zone as both teams looking to make a change. Toros move it up through the neutral zone. And now Menifee tries to bring that puck into the Toro zone. He'll dump it down in. That goes to Walsh. Walsh on the far side. Back to the point. Just bobbled a little bit at the line. A little battle back and forth. Toros try to slap that out of their zone. And now they're going to bring it up into the Nighthawks zone. Long shot in on net. Toros again dump that down the length of the ice. This one looks like it's got the energy to call for the icing, and it does. So 10:36 to go in the second period. Still 2-1 hockey game. Nighthawks controlling most of the play in this second period. Face-off will be just to the left of Tunney. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Battle forward on the near side. Toros are going to come away with it. They try to drive wide. Loses possession of the puck. Nighthawks get it to the line. Now it comes out. No icing on that play. Foot race down into the Toro zone. Nighthawks going to take control of it. Good battle down and in behind the net. It's going to step out from behind the net. And the Toros defense there to break it up. So now the Toros start to transition the other way. Nighthawks are going to break up that play. He's going to wheel behind his net. He's going to stop short but loses footing. Sharp angle shot goes off the side of the net. Nighthawks play that puck right up the middle. Normally a risky play, but there was no Toros there at all. So that puck will go all the way down the ice. And the Toros now putting on that forecheck again. They take possession. There's a big slap shot. Goes bounced off a foot and goes wide. Battle for it at the side of the net. Looked like the Nighthawks player got a stick in the hand. So he's going to go off and make a change. And the Toros will bring that puck up the length of the ice again. And they elect to dump it in on the goalie. That goes just wide of the net. Nighthawks put that puck all the way down the length of the ice. Doesn't quite get there, so no icing on the play. Both teams at this point kind of content to put that puck down the length of the ice. Toros now, they get tangled up in the referee, so they'll dump that puck down into the zone. That shot from the point's blocked. Nighthawks put it off the near side. And that's going to be number 24 with the long shot in on net. That's Obang. And it goes just wide of the net. Comes back to the point. Here comes a sharp angle shot. That rebound's going to trickle out. And we've got a delayed penalty, I believe, here. See what the call is. It's going to be against the Toros again for hooking. So the Nighthawks are going to get another opportunity here on the power play. They were very successful the last time, scoring just 10 seconds into that power play. Face-off won by the Nighthawks. Comes back to the point, but they had pulled in to try to get the offense going. So they'll take over again in the neutral zone. They'll bring it in. Pass across, shot from the point, or from the high slot. That bounces off the Toros' foot and into the corner. And the Toros get that puck down the length of the ice. One of their players has got a head of steam. He's going to win the race to that puck. He's going to be all alone. He's going to step out and try the wraparound. He's knocked off the puck. The Toros fans looking for a penalty call on that play. Puck comes back to the point. Play it down into the corner. Nighthawks with some good control on this power play. Controlling that puck. Now the Toros take over. They get it to the line, but not out. Pass across. He makes a nice move to get to the high slot. There's a shot. And the Toros goaltender is going to hang on. Some extra pushing and shoving after the whistle. Some players thinking the puck came loose and put it in the net, but I believe it was after the whistle. So 56 seconds to go in the power play for the Nighthawks. Face-off won by the Nighthawks, comes back to the point. He's going to circle back. He takes that shot in on net. Goes. Toros goalie thought he had it, but he did actually made the pad save and it went wide of the net. So Nighthawks taking back control. Number 97, Stockman on the point, puts it down in the corner. They play the puck out front, and that shot goes just wide. Now the sharp angle shot. Toros goalie locked in that RVH position, so unable to get it in on the short side. Toros going to dump that puck down the length of the ice with just over 17 seconds to go in the power play. Nighthawks move it up the near side. Nighthawks now going to bring it inside the zone. He's got a little bit of room. He takes that shot and it goes just wide of the net. Both teams now back at even strength. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Toros trying to chip that outside the zone. It's number 97, Stockton, doing a good job keeping it in. Gets it into number 23, Brooks. Brooks puts it down in the corner. Steps out from the corner and almost tries to sneak that in the short side. The Toros goalie hanging on. Face-off won by the Toros, but they get it to the line and not out. It's number 4, Novacek from the point, takes that shot. It goes high in the air. And now the battle down in front. Toros wrap it around the zone. Novacek fires that down in the corner, wraps it right around to the far side. And that's 27. Harnish puts it back down in behind the Toros net. Comes back out to the line. Novacek with a nice job in the neutral zone. Back checks and gets back to that puck and he plays it up. And the Toros now dump it down deep into the Nighthawks zone. Pass out front. It's going to bounce out to the point. That shot's blocked. And I believe that was Bickle. Bounced off his shin pads and he just lost sight of it. Otherwise, he was probably gone on a breakaway. As both Toros defense had started to move in to generate some offense. That pass out to the point is going to miss its mark and go all the way down the ice. So there's no icing on this play as it was shot down by the Nighthawks. Toros now making a change. So Nighthawks with a little bit of extra room. Going to bring it down the length of the ice. There's a long shot in on net. That goes just over the net. The Toros goalie trying to jump to save it. Toros now get it out to center. As the Nighthawks were also caught making a change. Puck in the far corner. And you have a delayed penalty coming. And I believe it's going to be against the Nighthawks for interference. Yeah, so it's going to be against the Nighthawks. 2 minutes. Oh, for slashing. Sorry, I thought he had the interference call. So now the Toros will take over and try to capitalize on this power play as the faceoff's deep in the Nighthawks zone. Face-off control by the Nighthawks. They're going to take it around behind their net. They're going to try to wrap it around, and that puck gets just outside the zone. Toros dump that down into the Nighthawks zone. They're going to give chase. They give the Nighthawks an opportunity to dump it out, but it gets to the point and not out. 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Still a 2-1 hockey game for your Nighthawks as they're trying to kill off this penalty and not let the Toros back in this game. And that puck shot down the length of the ice. Great job by the Nighthawks. Penalty kill. And a battle for it in the corner. Nighthawks player actually gets to his first, but again, they're on the penalty kill, so he's left all by himself down there against 3 Toros players. Nighthawks still passing this puck around between each other. Nighthawks player with a great read trying to pin this puck up against the boards. It's a great play when you're killing off the penalty to eat up the time when you're down in that offensive zone when you're shorthanded. Finally, the Toros dig it out. They'll bring it up to the neutral zone. Toros player was going to be caught offside, so the Toros bring it back, and now they'll dump it down in, just wide of the net. Nighthawks trying hard and high off the glass, but that's blocked by the Toros defense. They're going to cycle it into the high slot. That's intercepted by the Nighthawks. And they'll slap it down the length of the ice again. And both teams making a change on this play. 10 seconds to go. And the penalty kill for the Nighthawks. Toros, he's going to drive wide. He got around the defense. That shot on net, that's steered aside. Both teams now back at even strength. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. This is where the Nighthawks have been the stronger team. Battle for it on the near side. Nighthawks take control. They try to get it out, but it gets to the point. That shot's blocked. So the Toros now just dump it in behind the net as they try to cycle this puck down in the Nighthawks zone. Tunney shifts that puck aside. Puck comes out to the high slot. That shot in on net, and Tunney's going to hang on with 50 seconds to go here in the second period. Toros trying to create lots of traffic in net. Tunney able to see that puck all the way in and hangs on. Face-off won by the Nighthawks. They get it out wide. They get it to the point, but not out. That long shot's going to go just wide of the net. Nighthawks, that's Novacek with a head of steam. Novacek seems to do a great job when he's got a little bit of room. He takes that extra space and he brings that puck down the length of the ice. Puck comes back to the point. Fans on the shot. So the Toros, they're going to bring that puck out now. It's a one-on-one race. And there's a foul from behind. No call on the play. Toros bench not happy with that one. But the Nighthawks get away with one there. And that'll do it for the second period. So as we go into the third period, still a 2-1 hockey game. And there is going to be a 2-minute unsportsmanlike now against the Nighthawks. So that was called just as the period ended. The Nighthawks will be shorthanded to start the third period. Referees come together at center ice, having a conversation about what potentially the call was. Both teams line back up for the third period. It is still 2-1 for your Nighthawks, but they are going to be shorthanded to start this second period. Face off one cleanly by the Nighthawks, and they're going to rifle it down the length of the ice. Great draw to start the period. Toros, they're trying to break that puck up the middle. That play's broken up by the Nighthawks. That shot goes just wide of the net. So I see Walsh is out here to kill this penalty off. Just trying to see who some of the players are. Again, unfamiliar with all the players in the team, so just trying to learn some of them and get their names mentioned here. That shot's blocked. And that puck shot down the length of the ice by Walsh, and he's going to change. So Toro's going to bring that puck down the length of the ice. Menifee strips that puck away and chips it off the boards. And now the Clarington goalie steers that puck to the side. Menifee trying to put on all sorts of pressure here. There's a sharp angle shot that goes just wide. And it comes all the way to the neutral zone. The Toros, they chip that ahead. He's in all alone. And Tunney's going to hang on. There's now some of the Clarington players coming in. So 26 seconds left to go in the power play for the Toros, and that's their first good opportunity they've gotten this whole time on the power play. Puck control's been mainly the Nighthawks down in the Toros zone. That puck comes back to the point. Long shot broken up by the Nighthawks, and they're going to dump it down the length of the ice, and that's going to just about do it for this penalty kill. As both teams now are back to even strength. And the Nighthawks with a good forecheck keeping this puck down in the Toro zone as they're making a change, and they strip it away again and dump it down into the Toro zone. This forecheck's been very strong by the Nighthawks on both the 5-on-5 and the penalty kill. Toros bring it into the zone. That's steered aside by Tunney. Nighthawks look to bring it up the near side. That's number 98, Lefebvre, brings it in, puts it out front. Nobody there to capitalize on the rebound. One of the Nighthawks players got dumped in front of the net, so we are going to have a penalty coming against the Toros now. The Nighthawks now with an opportunity on the power play with a 2-1 lead. Looking to put one more in and get to that. A little more of a cushion with a 2-goal lead. Puck comes out the side of the net, takes a shot, and that's steered aside by the Clarington goalie. That pass out front goes off the referee. Now it goes off the side of the net. Battle for it down low. Clarington now takes over. They wrap it around the boards. Unable to get it out. Nice little move by the Northumberland defense. Shot in on net. And Clarington goalie makes the glove save and hangs on. Both teams going to make a change with 1:20 to go. And the player advantage for the Nighthawks. Face-off won by the Nighthawks, comes back to the point. And that's steered aside. Toros finally dumped that puck down the length of the ice, forcing the Nighthawks to regroup. There's a move by Stockman. Stockman gets over the line. Nice hard shot. It's just over the net. The rebound pops out. And that Nighthawk player can't believe he missed the puck when it was coming out the other side. 98 Lefebvre. He cycles back with it. He's going to bring it all the way in. A little bit of room, looking for somebody out front. Plays it across to the far side. There's a big collision in front of the net. There's a shot from the point. Bouncing puck. And the Toros goalie's going to hang on. That was Menifee, I believe, getting collision in front of the net. Face-off comes back to the point. They go D to D. There's a shot from the point. And Clarington's going to hang on once again. So that high shot from Novacek, the Toros goalie is able to launch that puck all the way in. So if he gets that puck again, look to see if he takes a nice low shot and creates some traffic in front of the net. There's a low pass across the front of the net that goes just wide. And the Toros trying to dump that out the length of the ice again. The Northumberland player made a great diving play the first time to keep that in the zone, but on the second time, Toros player now released from the box. Their clock and my clock didn't line up. It feels like they ran the clock a little extra here in the arena. So Nighthawks now take control down in the corner. Novacek keeps that puck in, gets it into Brooks. Brooks is going to step out of the corner. He's got the shot. And the Toros goalie makes a save on that nice shot from Brooks. Nice spin move coming out of the corner. Plays that puck in front, and they're going to hang on. West Northumberland player with a nice spin move to come out of the corner and evades the check from the Toros, makes the pass. West Northumberland getting more opportunities this game, but unable to capitalize on those opportunities here in the third period. Nice second effort there by West Northumberland to keep the puck in the zone. And that puck comes out to the neutral zone. And West Northumberland had a speed. And there is a hooking penalty coming against West Northumberland. So faceoff's going to come all the way down into the West Northumberland zone. And it's going to be 2 penalties against West Northumberland. So it's going to be 5-on-3 for the Toros. So even though we've got 1 penalty up the clock, there is 2 players in the box for West Northumberland. So the Toros looking to take advantage. And they do. They score on the first one. So that's going to negate one of the penalties, but the Toros are still going to have a power play. So the first penalty against the Nighthawks is going to come out of the box. Can't see the players down there in the box, but there is 2 in the box. The first one's going to get to come out, and the second one will stay in for the remainder of their penalty, which will be at the minute 48 seconds that the Toros are going to have 5-on-4. Nighthawks slap that puck all the way down the length of the ice. 5-on-4 though, the West Northumberland Nighthawks have been pretty strong on this puck, winning a lot of the battles, but Toros now tying this game up. We're going to have a little extra jump. There's the big shot. That goes wide of the net. And the Toros are getting a penalty. Referee didn't signal one. So he's getting a 2-minute head contact penalty against the Toros for that hit. So face-off's going to come all the way down. And it'll be 4-on-4. Thanks to the fan that just let me know I hadn't updated the score yet. So it is now 2-2 is the score. And it'll be 4-on-4 for the next minute and 24 seconds. Face-off won by the Nighthawks. Comes back to the point. Nice little move to slip the 2-4. Slips another one. And he puts that shot in on it. Goes just wide of the net. And it's going to get out of the zone. Nighthawks still maintain possession of that puck and dump it back into the Toro zone. Toros trying that lead pass. It's going to go down length of the ice. No icing. Doesn't make it all the way down. Nighthawk player stops up short. He's got some room. He's going to try to bring it out himself. Runs into the Toro player and chips it up the ice. Toros now trying that long lead pass again. That's broken up by the Nighthawks. They're going to bring it on the far side. Race for the puck. Nighthawks are going to get there first. And the puck comes back to the point. They go D to D. Here comes the shot. That high shot, again, hung on to by the Toros goaltender. So I think that was number 97, Stockman, on the point again. if they can keep those shots low, then their forwards are going to have an opportunity to jump on the rebounds. Those high ones, the goalies typically see those coming all the way in. Face-off won by the Nighthawks, comes back to the point. He's got some time and space. He cycles it down low. He moves it back to the point. Cycles it down low again, brings it out to the near point. There's a nice hard low slap shot. So now we got a 30-second power play for the Nighthawks as they maintain possession of that 5-on-4 play. So now they've got the extra player down here, down low in the Clarington zone. Nice D-to-D passes. And they cycle that puck down low. Snapshot goes just off the side of the net. Toros try to wrap it around the near side. They get it to the line, but not out. Comes back to number 24. That's Obang. He takes the shot, and the Toros goalie hangs on. Both teams now back to even strength. Toros with a stretch pass, but the Nighthawks win the foot race to that puck. Nighthawks cycle that puck around to the far side. Foot race. Toros get there first, but they give it right back to the Nighthawks. And we're back to a little bit of ping pong here as both teams trying to settle in and maintain possession of the puck. Nighthawks, they'll move that puck up the ice. Foot race. And we have a tripping call against the Toros in that foot race to the puck. So Nighthawks again are going to go to the power play with just over 5:30 to go in the second period in a 2-2 hockey game. Nighthawks controlling much of this play. Toros not getting many opportunities at all. Just called on the unfair face-off, so they'll reset up. And there we go. Now one back to the point. Pressure. He evades that pressure. Now he's going to be able to walk all the way in. Stockman had a great move to get down low. Just the last defender, he just lost possession of the puck. Now that pass in front of the net, that's going to come loose. I believe that's Minifee down the side. And the Toros are going to take over. He's got some room. He's got open space. And he just misses the net. He had the goaltender beat and just misses on the short side. Nighthawks, long stretch pass, just out of reach. And that'll be blown down on the icing. The Nighthawks do have the player advantage, so icings will be a little bit tighter against them. So this faceoff is going to come all the way down to the Nighthawks zone as they still have the power play 5-on-4 for 1 minute 6 seconds. And there's a timeout called. So 30-second timeout for the Toros. And now we'll go back down to the face-off in the West Northumberland end. West Northumberland again with the player advantage. 5:38 left to go in the third period. 2-2 hockey game. Toros only with the one big opportunity in this period. The player missing the net. Toros, though, win that face-off. There's the shot in from the point. Tunney's going to steer that puck aside. It gets to the line and not out. Nighthawks looking for that long stretch pass. Bounces off the Toros stick. So now they're going to race down for it and force the face-off. Nighthawks playing a great power play, having that player deep in behind the Toros defense. Just unable to get to it in time. Face-off controlled by the Nighthawks. They bring it back to the point. There's a long shot from the point. Bouncing puck steered aside by the Toros goalie. There's a shot at the side of the net. And the Toros goalie gets her just in time to hang on the far side of the net. So 29 seconds to go in the power play. Nighthawks now have the face-off down in the Toro zone. There's a nice little touch back to the point. And the Nighthawks are going to get called on the interference. So the face-off is going to come all the way down to the Nighthawks zone. 4-on-4 hockey with 3:56 to go. Nighthawks again have dominated most of the play in the third period, but unable to get a good scoring opportunity. There's a shot from the Toros, and Tunney makes the save and steers it aside. Nighthawks now clear that puck down the ice. So that'll be blown down on the icing as it is 4-on-4 hockey for another 10 seconds. That face-off controlled by the Nighthawks, but both teams battling for it here at the face-off. And the Toros are going to take over. He's going to come out to the high slot. There's a shot. Tunney steers that aside. And now the Nighthawks go on the penalty kill for 1:20. Nighthawks penalty kill has been very strong in this game, getting the puck down the length of the ice. And their forecheckers have done a great job of keeping this puck locked down. Missing on that one. So now the Toros are going to bring it out. Gets to the high slot, passes off to the left side. There's a shot, but the Nighthawks defense get a stick on it and steered aside. Nighthawks now bring it around the net. Try to get it out, goes back to the line. And the Toros are going to bang it back in. Now the Nighthawks, they try to dump that puck out, and that goes off the head of the player of the Toro that was already seemed to be hurt. So he's already struggling to get up, and then he gets hit in the head with that puck. So we're just going to pan away for a second here, folks, just to give him a little bit of privacy. But he did seem to get hit in the head with that puck. So we're just going to go back to center ice, folks. Player is up now, and there's some applause for him as he's headed back to the bench. So this face-off will be just outside the Nighthawks zone, as the stoppage of play was caused by the Toros. So they're not allowed to gain a territory advantage, so the puck will come outside the zone. Face-off controlled by the Toros. He's going to bring it in the zone. He's tied up by the Toros player, raising his hand, looking for a penalty. No penalty coming on the play, so the Toros cycle that puck around. Again, the Nighthawks are killing off a penalty for another 23 seconds. Toros start moving that puck to the side. There's a long shot in on net. And that was knocked down on a high stick, so the face-off's going to come outside the Nighthawks zone. As the Toros knock that puck down with the high stick. So 2 minutes to go, just over 2 minutes to go in the third period. 2-2 hockey game. Nighthawks dump this puck down the length of the ice. That's going to just about do it for their penalty kill. Nighthawks player falls down in the corner. He's able to get back up. Nighthawks come out of the corner with that puck. Sharp angle shot. Toros make the save and steer that puck to the side. And now battle for it down deep in the corner. Northumberland bench looking for a call on that play. No penalty coming. I think the referees are pretty content to let these teams battle it out with a 2-2 hockey game. There's a pass across. That's picked off by the Toros. Well, plays it ahead. He gains the zone. He's going to drive wide, backhand. Nighthawks now, they're going to take it out the far side. I think that's Novacek. Brings it in the zone. Gets the shot from the sharp high slot. And that goes just wide of the net. Now Novacek, already back in his defensive spot, puts that puck deep into the Toro zone. Toros player wins the race to the puck. He's got an opportunity here, and he's going to put it right over the shoulder of Tunney and make this a 3-2 hockey game for the Toros. With 38 seconds to go in the third period. So very similar outcome as the previous game against the Toros, where that shot to make it 3-2 goes over the goalie's shoulder. The previous game, it was in overtime. This one's in regulation. So the Nighthawks, with 30 seconds left, look to battle back. The net's empty, so now they've got 6 players on the ice. They get it back to the point. They miss on the shot. And the Toros are going to just bang that down the length of the ice. Nighthawks in control of it. They enter the zone. 10 seconds left to go. They need to get the shot off. And they put that puck down into the corner. And that will do it for the game. So same score as the previous game, just this one did not go into overtime. Toros score. So it's a 3-2 win for the Clarington Toros, again, over the West Northumberland Nighthawks. So thanks everyone for joining in. We will not be in Belleville to film the game, as I have a Peterborough Peaks game to work that night, but we will see you for the next Nighthawks home game. We'll take a look at the schedule and see when we can attend the next game. But thanks everyone for tuning in. And again, comment on the video where you're tuning in from, who the player is that you're cheering for, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you'll get alerts of when we tune in for the next game. Thanks everybody.